Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of CJ's Coins and Crafts. This is a, I guess, recap of the last penny box that I was able to go through. I haven't done penny boxes in a little while, probably about 3 or 4 weeks, just because I've been really busy at work, but also I've been focusing more on my Fill the Book Nickels series. But I decided to stop and get a box of pennies and go through it and see what I came up with. So it was actually really interesting. I only found one Canadian out of this entire box, which is a 1979, and this thing is all kinds of destroyed. But I think that's one of the lowest counts of Canadian pennies that I have found in a box. So let's see what else we got. Like I said, I did find a 1979 Canadian in the 50s at 53 Denver, 56 Denver, 58 and 57 and 58 Denver, and 359 Denvers. In the 40s, I only found one, which is a 47D. And then basically anything older than that, I usually put in a section by itself. This one I happen to find was the oldest one out of the entire box, and this is a 1919 Denver. So that was a pretty great find to find something in the teens that this still is readable. But what I have down here are some of the other coins that I found in this box that kind of make this what I would call a better box, and you guys will see why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my camera up to my my computer monitor, so you guys can see some of these that I'm looking at. So the first one, actually the first two, are both 1960 Denvers. The first one is a little bit rough, but you can see that this has a pretty significant die chip on the 9, and I thought that one was really cool. The rest of it is kind of rough, but I always like to pick out these die chips on the dates. Those are always fun to find. The second one is also a 1960 Denver, but the reason why I pulled this one out is because of this piece right here. This is a die crack on the obverse of the coin, and normally for the die cracks, I usually see die cracks somewhere up in here along as the headline or across here. I usually see them up in this area. I have seen very, very, very few that are right along his coat here. So it looks like that it starts down at the rim and it goes up until just south of the one. So I thought this was a kind of a unique one that I haven't really found before, so I pulled that one aside. So the next one is going to be a 1966, and this one looks, if in this look right here, you can see that there's definitely something going on with it because of the weakness of this area right in here. So I'll pan over to the other side of it. Again, there's a lot of weakness right here. Usually that means that they had to do some polishing on the die. So I flipped this coin over, and that's when I realized exactly why that I am looking at that. So you guys can see this right here, that this is actually a die clash on the reverse. If I can tilt that, and you'll be able to see his coat coming right down in here, and then this is like his chin right there. His chin comes down, and it's right there. So this is a pretty significant die clash that happened, and all of those polishing marks, and even, I mean, there's a lot of work on other areas of the coin to try to try to get the design off, to try to get the die back to usable condition. So I found die clashes in the past before. I haven't really found anything that old, but I have found some definitely that significant. So I think it's a really great find. I'm definitely going to keep it because I do have some die clashes, but great find on that one. Okay, so the next one is going to be a 1997. These are some of the ones that you can find. I don't know if this one's going to show up too well. There it is. So right here you can see the doubling on the column right here. So it's a pretty large section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, this is copper coins. And this is in 1997. And this is about the closest one that I can find as far as the significant size on the right hand side. And this is copper coins number basically they're DDR 002. So I think it's a great find. You can find these in all kinds of different conditions, but to have one that sticks out that much right there is a good find. Okay, so the next couple ones are actually both 1998 Philadelphia's, and they are both the same style of DDR. So the DDR on these are minor doubling on the right hand side of the base 7, I believe. This one is right here, and then coin number 2. I'm going to put that in there, and you can see that it's in the same spot. It's right here. I think the other one is actually a little bit lower, but it's basically the same thing. So these are also pretty neat to find. To find the minor double die reverses. A lot of the coins that you'll find in the 97s to 2002s will have a lot of doubling, minor doubling on the columns, either on the right hand side or the left hand side of where Lincoln sits. So if you guys get a scope like the one I have now, which this is just a pluggable brand USB scope, it works great for everything that I'm doing, for everything that I've been able to do so far, to find the minor double dies. They are minor. Some people don't keep them. I keep them just because it's still an error point for me. The next one is a 1998 Denver, and this is also a double die. This is a minor double die reverse, and the doubling is right here, right along, basically in the same area that that the other 98s were. You can see that this coin has a lot of gunk on it. It's not in super great condition. It's kind of rough, but I will still keep this coin because I like to find these minor double dies. All right. So this one is something that I came across, and this is a 2000 Denver. So when I look on the 2000s is I always look at the reverse, and I look for double dies, because there are a couple of double dies that happen in this bay on the columns that are tilted, that are in the best of varieties. But specifically, what I wanted to show you, that you can kind of see right here, there are straight vertical lines going down these columns. Now there are a couple of varieties, or a couple of I guess classifications in the double die reports that have these minor double dies. These are actually columns inside the bays that happen on some of them. I believe the 97 is one, and I know there's one or two other ones that also have the same thing. So I'm gonna check on this one. I just set this one aside because I wanted to include it in this video. But this is also one of those things that you just kind of that you happen just to come across, and it's really neat. So I will try to figure out which that one is and let you guys know. So this is my favorite one of this entire box. So I saw this one, and as soon as I saw the front of this one, I didn't even need a microscope. I knew exactly what it was, and you guys will see. That is a very strong 2011 Philadelphia double die obverse. So it gets kind of rough on the left side of the coin, but what I did find specifically, I'm now over on Wexler's, which is doubleddie.com, and this is 2011 WDDO-002 best of variety, and it looks just like what my coin looks like as far as the date. And then I scroll down and I'm looking for this section right here, and this one is pretty easy to tell. Well, I guess on my screen it is. It's got this little dot right here at the bottom of the E, which matches this one right here that the arrow's pointing to right here. So this is a 2011 double die number 2, and this is stage B. So this is a great find. I love finding very strong double dies like this. I have only found a couple of very strong ones that I knew exactly what it was as soon as I looked at it. And this all comes from a box that I just got from the bank. So I'm pretty stoked about all of these error coins, and you know, finding different ones that you can just find in pocket change. So thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put that in the comment section below. I always try to answer questions, and I will see you guys on the next box. Thanks for watching.